Hello everybody. This is my first video that I'll be making about anything actually, but mainly this will be about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So I'll be making videos to share my thoughts and analysis on Bitcoin, so nothing is financial advice. Please do your own research. So a little bit about myself. I've been in the crypto market for about 5 years now, but I still won't say that I'm an expert or I know everything about crypto. So do share your thoughts in the comments, either agreement or disagreement to my points. Well, enough said. Let's jump straight into the analysis. Let's start off with where I think Bitcoin will be moving. I think it will first go up from here and then down. Why? Well, let's take a look at the charts. This is the daily chart on Bitcoin. And firstly, I will draw this trend line. And then I'll copy it, paste it, and put it to the top. And as you can see, it's forming a bearish channel, bearish flag. Down, consolidate, and then move further down. Right? But then there's only one indication. So it's not enough. So we'll move to the weekly time frame. You can see that price has actually tapped into this weekly bearish fair value gap. Right there. Right? Last week and this week's candle, both in there. And you might be thinking, oh, this is only a bearish fair value gap. It might disrespect it and fly. Yeah, sure, it might disrespect it and fly. But as you can see from previous times, bearish fair value gap right here. Enter, down. Right? Let's go to the previous bear market. Look, bearish fair value gap, enter, down. Bearish fair value gap, enter, down. This is also a bearish fair value gap. As you can see, it entered ever so slightly, right? And then it came down. So that is why I believe that it will most likely enter and then come down. Right? But then next question you'll be asking is, it's already entered. Why not just shoot down from there? Why are you saying that you'll go up before coming down? Well, let's take a look at the liquidation heat map of Bitcoin. Going to the 3 months time frame, you can see that there's a lot of liquidity lying above us compared to below. And you know Bitcoin likes to hunt liquidity. And you know banks like to hunt liquidity. So if you just take a look, 407 million at the 80,250 level. 320 million at the 81,500 level. That's a lot of money lying up here, a lot of liquidations lying up here. So that's why I feel like Bitcoin's price would go up, take everybody out before coming down. Now, the question is, where would it drop to? Where would the so-called bear market end? Well, I do not know. There are a few levels that I'll be watching, right, and a few indicators too that I'll be using. So the first one will be the bear channel, the bear flag. Drawing it like that from the breakout, you can see that it will reach to a low of 32k. The second way is to just measure the inside of the bear flag, and from the breakout you can see that it reaches 57k. The shorter one is highly unlikely. I highly doubt that it will come down that little, right, and then go up from there. Just looking at the previous bear market, right? If you assume that this is this, then it will move significantly down. But I think that this is this time right now. So move down again before going up. That's what I feel that this is gonna do, right? And then the next one is the liquidity levels. There's a huge liquidity level here. Why? Because it's a huge wick. Right? A lot of people, this is the last time that people bought huge buys before pushing the price up. So I feel like the price might come down here, take out this level before moving back up. And this is the main level at where I'm going to place my buys. So next will be the liquidation heat map. So if you take a look, price at 40k 800 level has $836 million worth of locks, right? And if you take a look at this, I've moved this line up to the top of the flag instead of the breakout of the flag. And you can see it's around that price, 42k, 41k, which is actually really close to this price over here at the 800 $36 million worth of longs to be liquidated. And also next, which is kind of the most important one, I feel, is chain exposed. As you can see, every single time it has entered this green area, it marked the bottom of Bitcoin. Let me show you. December 2018 to February 2019. December, February. That is the bottom. That is the bottom of the bear market before rallying up. Next, more recently, June 2022, November 2022. June is right here, November is right here, and that marked the bottom of the previous bear market before it rallied all the way to 120k. So from here, it's either of these. I will wait for price to come back into this buy area before I change my bias from bearish to bullish. And once it comes into here, I'll be closing all of my shorts regardless of where price is. So even if price is before this level, I will be closing all my shorts. However, if price is somewhere here past this level and yet price has not come into this buy zone, I will be taking heavy partials here and waiting for either price to come down to somewhere here, 40k, 39k, or for price to enter this buy area before changing my bias from bearish to bullish. So this is all my thoughts on Bitcoin. Let me know what you think about my thoughts, whether you agree or you disagree with them, and why. Thank you, and if you want to follow my journey, hit that subscribe button. Thank you, and see you in the next one.